breaking character to announce that Artists on Artists on Artists on Patreon is now live. Our patrons will gain access to our post-show bonus episodes. You know how when you watch Game of Thrones would end and then it would autoplay the guys who made Game of Thrones just sort of talking about it? Well, we're doing that, but with this. You'll also gain access to more fun bonus content and the chance to be name-dropped in a future episode. You may even hear from some old characters? Is that allowed? It is at patreon.com/AOAOAOA pod. And now back to the episode.
Welcome back to Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists. This week we bring to you, in promotion of Nancy Meyers' new film, the cast of Women of a Certain Age.
Movies featuring seasoned older actors are all the rage right now. Actors that have had storied careers get to continue them as retirement rates are skyrocketing.
Is it the same for actors in all of these usually? Yes it is. But we love them for it anyway, and we get to talk to them today.
So sit back, relax, try not to fall asleep, and listen in.
Clink, clink, clink. I like to make a little bit of a toast. I like to make a toast to see my gals together again here in the little studio.
I love one final time. This is the last step on our press tour, and I am so excited that it's right here. We're almost done. We've almost made it to the finish line.
I can't believe I get to see you old bitches again.
Oh, now you can't say that anymore.
Oh, you
Come
can't
on.
say that? What if I am one? What if I am a bitch?
Do it, you are a bitch, and you can say it as much as you want.
Well, then I'll say it. I'm a big, nasty bitch.
You're a bug. You're a bug.
I'm a bug and a bore, and I'm a bitch.
Oh, darlings, this press tour, when we're this old, means a lot when we're at the end of it.
Somebody's already hit the Chablis. You sound tossed, darling. You already sound tossed.
I'm blasted.
You can't be blasted this early. You can't be blasted this early. That's why I swore off the stuff 20 years ago. I swore off the stuff because it's nothing but poison. Let's continue the tour.
When I say I'm blasted, I mean I've had 2 packets of emergency because I felt a cold this morning.
And it hits harder when you're old. Yeah,
it does,
it
darlings.
does.
And you say that you swore off the poison, yet I see there's some dart frog poison in your eyebrows, darling.
Oh, come on now.
That's Botox. Botox is poison too, sweetheart.
You know I've been stretched to the brim since 1989.
Absolutely.
I won't hide it, and I'm not ashamed of it.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
You girls are wild.
I forgot you were here, man.
I forgot. You're
darling.
so quiet, and then you pop right back up.
Yes.
So raise a glass to the film coming out this weekend.
That's right.
Well, I'll raise my water.
Okay, to the film coming out this weekend, to all of us running to the box office. May it be better than the last and better than the one before.
Well, at my age, I won't be running anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing that I'll be running to is the bathroom. My bladder can't hold anything anymore, darling.
The only thing I'll be running towards is my Sudafed because I have a damn cold.
Absolutely.
You always have a cold.
That's my game. I'll ride it to the end.
Well, why don't we go around, talk about who we are, how we came to this movie, Women of a Certain Age, coming to the box office this October 13th.
Yes.
October 13th, 2023, big weekend for movies.
I can't believe it.
What a big weekend for movies. It is a wonderful time for movies. I'm so excited for the movies.
Why don't you tell all the kiddies listening at home who you are?
Well, come on. If you don't know who I am by now, well, you better well just die.
The legend, the doll face herself.
My name is Betty Silver. I am been an actress since 1894.
Oh my God.
No, you're not. Betty, you're always lying. Come
I'm
on.
kidding around. I look like I'm from 1894.
No, you don't look a day over 4,000. Come on.
Hey!
Betty doesn't say a truthful word once.
You always catch me guessing. I like to play tricks.
Yeah, where's that dress? Shrapnel from the Hindenburg?
Where's your nose from? I'm interested in getting one.
Oh, this is from my mother. I'm sorry, she's closed for business.
She isn't a doctor.
May she rest in peace.
I miss my mother so much.
God, I miss my mother.
My mother is still alive.
And that's a lie.
I don't believe you.
No,
Once again, Betty, I don't believe you in the slightest.
You'll never know if I can tell you the truth or not. That's my thing, and I'm wearing it out. Yes, I'm Betty Silver from the silver screen. You can see me in talkies and silent films if you know where to look. I play the...
I don't know where to look anymore because I'm nearsighted. Come on.
And that's your
Come
thing
on
you're
now.
going to play till
And that's my thing. I'm going to write it to the end. I'm nearsighted.
You're settling on nearsighted.
Yes, I think my main thing is that I'm going to be nearsighted. So strap in, because I'm going to find a lot of different ways to say it. And it's going to be surprising when I do.
Okay.
You think I'm going to be talking about something else?
And then rawr.
And roar. Right at the end, I'm going to talk about being nearsighted in a way that's unexpected and still amusing.
All right,
Anyway,
dear.
Fantastic. Well, that's about me. I've been in legendary and iconic films. I was in the first Galactic movies. I was in a series of indies. And I've won 4 Oscars, 8 Academy Awards, 3 Grammys, and 2 Poets Awards for my poetry in the 80s.
Touche, dear.
Touche.
Well, I'll introduce myself. I'm Liz
How can you introduce
Foley.
yourself? You can barely see yourself.
Oh, come on. Well, thank you for helping me out with the nearsighted thing.
Because it's a hard one to do.
Because it's a team effort to make this work.
I think all of these are going to be a team
So
effort at
if
some
anybody
point.
thinks they can remember a good and surprising way to bring up the fact that I'm nearsighted, I say jump on it. Don't worry about stepping on my thing.
Thanks for the permission, babe.
Consent granted.
Anyway, I'm Liz Foley. I've been an actress and an activist for a very long time. I was in several sort of award-winning movies in the 80s and 90s, and then I transitioned primarily to sort of different charity causes. And then after that, I was in a Hulu series called Ladies Being Gals Over 60.
A great series.
It's a great series, and I think it's really revitalized a lot of roles for
It really did.
women of, well, not to quote our movie title once more, women of a certain age.
It sells itself. It really does.
But it's not. I just want to point out that women of a certain age is not just for women of a quote-unquote certain age, because every woman is of a certain age.
And you see that in the
Absolutely.
film.
Yes, exactly. Well, in the monologue scene I have with my daughter, who's 40, who I never see eye to eye with.
And she's of a certain age.
I say, I'm not just of a certain age. You're also of a certain age, and that age is 40. And we hug and we reunite for the first time in many years.
And they have like a moment where it's like every woman is of a certain age.
Exactly.
It's really beautiful.
Exactly, and that's what I really wanted to push for in this film. Is it's not just a raunchy comedy
Yes.
about women of a certain age
Yes.
looking for love in Las Vegas. It's not just about that. It's about so much more, and it's briefly about reconnecting with my daughter.
Very briefly.
Very briefly,
Yeah.
but we had to work it in.
Unfortunately, more briefly after the test screenings, darling.
Well,
did not play well.
But I'll
let's
say-
just say there was a lot more that the audience didn't get to see, and I wish they did, and I think it's a crime.
Well,
But
we've
I'll
all
say you're
had
our North Star that we follow in this.
a true leader.
You're a good leader.
Thank
are.
you, and I'm just so grateful to be surrounded by so many talented people.
It's really wonderful to be involved with you as well. My name is Lily Wetland. I am an actress. I have been acting since the early 70s. I went through all my heydays. I had a lot of heydays, had a lot of big moments that I think about all the time. But I'm here now. I am happy to be back. I was hated for 30 years, and all of a sudden I'm an icon again. It feels good to get the call.
Darling,
Icon for
hate's a
some,
strong
still
word.
hated by some
Still
too.
hated for some. I was hated for that silly thing that I said when I accepted my Academy Award, which was, this is going to look good in my bathroom. The men didn't like that I said that.
It's crazy the things you weren't allowed to say that you
It's-
could be blacklisted for in the 80s,
Yes.
the earlier, the 70s.
And
the 60s.
2011 when I won mine.
It's crazy that we've really only been treating women this way for about 10 years.
It's really, really
crazy.
with
fascinating.
sort of a modicum of respect.
I'm certainly happy that I've overcome the hatred and I get to be with my gals. I mean, I historically have only been in movies where I was kind of one of the only women. So it's been fun to be on set with other
I
women.
think it's very true. I think most of the films we've all done have been mostly men.
Absolutely.
Mostly men.
course.
I can't tell you how many wives I've played, how many, and I think we've all at the table played distressed wife at some point.
Every single one. What was your line that you had? What was the thing you repeated as
Let's
you
all
went
say
crazy?
it on 3.
The thing that you repeated as you,
As you went
threw
crazy.
the bottle at him and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Let's say it on 3.
yeah.
I bet it's the same.
You
bastard. That's it.
See, but mine was in the UK, so it was always you bastard.
Oh, right.
That's how they pronounce
Yeah.
it over
That's
there.
the way they do
Yeah.
it, yes.
Yes. So good that you have reclaimed your story.
Thanks, babe.
Yes, and it is in the bathroom, isn't it?
Oh, it's in the bathroom, in the toilet. I'm just kidding. It is in a toilet, but it's in a toilet I don't use that I've glued to the wall.
So is the toilet okay? Is it up? Is it facing? I guess it doesn't really
Well,
matter.
this
which
is going
way
to be
the
a whole
toilet is
a
facing.
category. A question I'm going to ask later is our interior design tastes.
Oh, yes.
Because we all have very, very specific
We
interior.
do.
We're very
design
well
tastes.
known for our interior design.
And that's a whole thing that we can explore at length.
Another thing that actresses of a certain age are always asked to talk about.
We are.
Well, I'll just say one thing about my interior design taste. I can't see it if it's far away.
Let's say that.
And tee it up and dunked into the basket.
Yeah, it sort of works,
Oh,
doesn't it?
darlings, my name is Puppy Brown. I grew up performing on the West End. I did Les Mis. Then I did a little show called Follies on the BBC for a while. Played young Victoria on the BBC, and said, "You bastard," you know. Did a lot of silly sitcoms on there. Then finally made it here for Netflix. Did some Netflix stuff. Did some small parts in your show for a
Yes,
while.
you were guest starring and
Yes.
women of a certain age.
Yes,
women being friends. What did I say earlier?
Your
women
show?
being friends.
Women of over 60.
No, it was
Women-
girls being gals.
Girls being gals over 60.
Over
in
60.
Malibu.
Sure.
We're rewriting history.
No,
That's what it's called now.
But I did a season on your show, and I was the one that sold you guys bidets.
You did. You
Yes.
sold us bidets on screen and off.
And
you also
all.
have
Well,
that.
I'm very method.
Well, I'll be honest, puppy. We wrote the role for you.
yes, well, that's what was so
Because we said, you know what, it would be really funny if these old gals were stuck in their ways, had to figure out a bidet for the first time. We thought that would be pretty funny. And then we remembered, lovingly, of course,
Of
your
course.
insane bidet business that you pivoted to.
And that's why they wrote it for me. They called me the UK Liz Foley, which I love.
And I love it too.
And that's why I think I love that in this movie we have a beautiful mirror montage moment, where we try on the same clothes a couple times.
Yes, we do. And then there are certain times where we disagree, right?
Yes.
Where I point to I point down there and you say fanny
Yes.
and I say vagina.
Yes, and it's so funny.
That scene is a great scene.
And then,
Tested so well.
and then I say aluminum and then you say no, aluminium, and you storm out.
It's kind of the all is lost point in the movie.
It's literally right when all is lost. But I just love this company of women that I'm sitting here with, because this company of women, it's a strong group of players, and a lot of people don't realize that It's lots of theater actors sitting here today that we grew up with, just doing lots of theater.
Oh yes, of course.
Very decorated to all of us. Let's go around. How many awards does everybody have?
Oh,
Let's say it. I have 2 Oscars, I have 3 Tonys, I have 19 Emmys, and I have no Grammys.
Oh, that's incredible. I have 4 Oliviers, I have 2 Oscars, and 1 Emmy.
Oh, I forgot my Webby.
Oh,
What was
I
your
love
Webby
the Webby.
for?
My Webby was for a web series that I shot with my great niece.
Good for you. Good for
I
her.
love it. It's true that a lot of your resurgence has been because of online
The
works,
memes
because
online.
because of making you sort of this, I guess you could say, ironic figure.
It is truly, I'm watching my image go to hell and back. From 2014 to
incredible.
2018, I was put on the face of devils, and then all of a sudden, a drag queen dressed up as me for some sort of performance, and then all of a sudden, I'm beloved. So I'll take it. I will
love
take
it.
it.
And I swear to God, I think that drag queens are wiretapping our houses because they are on the hunt
Do you
for
think
sound
they're
bites.
listening, Lily?
I think they're listening right now, and I wouldn't be surprised that in a show in 2 weeks after the release, there's somebody dressed up as you or you or you or me.
Listen, Lily, sometimes I think I do something funny so I can give them things to do. You know what I mean?
And I think that's generous.
I think there's very good odds that in about a year, there's going to be a musical version of our show done by men in drag in a basement of a Mexican restaurant.
I think that's very, very likely.
And I think it'll be really good.
I think it'll be fantastic,
it'll be a
and I'll
hoot.
go opening night now, sign a poster, darling.
And sometimes I think it'll be better than our movie.
I think it will, and I think it'll be more fun.
I think so. Well, I myself have 1 Tony from my one-woman show.
Oh my gosh, your one-woman show
called-
is amazing.
It went up and it's there's barely any footage of it now. But it went up in 1979. It was called Woman in a Turtleneck.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh.
And it portrayed the life of a woman in a black turtleneck and the many turtlenecks she wears throughout her life and how they signify a different stage. And I play my mother, I play my grandmother, I play my aunt, I play every woman who I'm related to in a distant way. And then it goes back 4 generations. You know, what kind of turtleneck would my great-great-great-grandmother from the, 1800s be wearing? And
I'll tell you.
And we answer it.
I'll tell
Well,
you.
she
I
saw
were
was
it.
there.
She saw it, so she could tell you exactly which
Oh,
turtleneck.
dear.
Another prank.
And
Another-
what was it, dear?
Wool.
Okay.
What a liar.
How many awards do you have?
This is my thing again. Just to reinstate.
That is your thing. I've also got a few Oscars, but we don't have to talk about that. Documentary filmmaking and all that.
Wow.
You have Oscars and I have a cold. Forgot about my thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think here I want to highlight that we have a beautiful director, Nancy Meyers, who's incredible.
Amazing.
We talk about interior design before.
I mean, come
Nancy
on.
Meyers, interior design.
Come on. She directed the film as well.
She did. Nancy is absolutely a gem. I mean, we all know her.
And she's a woman of a certain age.
She's a woman of a certain age. She understands the experience, and I'm so grateful we got to work with her on this. It's so funny because I remember I was having a lunch with her, and she said, I have to go to the bathroom. And I looked over, and Puppy, she was at a table with you. She was Mrs. Doubtfiring all of us.
All of us.
All of us. She
of us.
she
All of
had
us.
the same meeting with us at the same time, and that is a woman who knows that she has to prioritize her time. She says, I'm going to put all the lunches at once. And by the end, we all moved onto a table together, and we all had a movie.
It was beautiful.
It was
was
beautiful.
amazing.
That
It's
lunch
beautiful.
after the oysters we had at the celebration lunch of all of us signing on to the movie was
Yes.
In
amazing.
Malibu, overlooking a beautiful coastline.
It was
it
so
was
nice.
Beautiful.
I went home
I
to
love
Frank.
our lives.
Yeah, I went home to Frank and I said, you're going to need to find somebody else to stretch your calves out because I'm going to be working.
I got home that night and I called my doctor. I said, we're going to have to figure out something to do with my sinuses because it's time.
Yeah.
You do have to get that checked out, I believe, if
We're-
it's going to be.
Were you able to drive home that night? It was pretty late for your vision.
You know when it's late for your vision.
You know, I think, and it's pretty late for you to be alive because you're
Oh.
really, really old.
Uh-oh.
You're really, really old.
Uh-oh.
By the way, have we hit our contractually obligated number of jokes about being old per press tour event yet?
I don't think so. I think we have about 500 more.
I can check in with
contractually we
Antoinette. Let me
Check
check in with
Because
Antoinette.
it's helpful
So,
for me
yes.
to have a count so that we don't burn
You should
out
tell the
early
listeners
on.
who Antoinette is.
Oh.
Antoinette is our publicity girl who's
She's 21. She's so excited.
And she's putting us on TikTok. She's putting us on Instagram
Antoinette.
Reels.
Antoinette.
She's motioning to her phone. She wants us to text her.
Antoinette.
If I text you, darling, I'm not going to be able to see anything
Antoinette,
else.
come here.
Antoinette, I don't have my readers.
Hi guys. How's it going?
Antoinette.
What's up?
Antoinette.
Have we hit the jokes about being old yet?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Antoinette, are you keeping count? I would love it if you could keep
No,
count.
totally. I'll start keeping count right now. Yeah. Contractually, the studio said you had to hit about 10,000 on the press tour.
And have
you
we
guys,
talked enough about sex, ironically?
No, you guys are missing those
We
numbers.
should probably mention
we
that.
should
Okay,
mention
great.
that a few times.
Thanks so
of
much,
old
Antoinette.
People
Okay,
having
thanks.
sex.
Okay,
Thank you so
I'll
much.
just be over here. Just
Thank
text
you,
me next time, okay?
No,
You guys
Antoinette,
can text me
no,
anytime.
please stand.
Antoinette, we will never text. We will only yell.
Well,
Yes.
so this movie,
It's a safety issue.
this movie is about a bunch of women who find themselves single again, right?
Single
We've
again.
all gone through our things.
They've
We've
all gone through our things. One of us has gotten divorced. One of us, our husband died. One of us had a boyfriend break up with them.
And one of us, our husband is gay. And
Yes. So they're
and
all
one of us
single
has
again.
herpes, and that's somebody else, not in the movie.
Well, that's
Exactly.
part of this whole old people having sex, ironically.
Yes.
The joke is that they're having sex type thing.
And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing, and I would laugh when I was younger, yes. I would laugh when I was younger when an older person had sex, but now that I'm older, it's not funny to me, and I don't want it to be funny to anyone else anymore.
No, because the sex we're having, it's honestly translucent.
It's matured. It's mature. You think I haven't figured it out by now? I'm doing things that you
It's
young people
honestly
couldn't imagine.
translucent from the mouths of a hero.
It's translucent. I was hanging out with my great niece the other day. She was describing to me what it was like to take DMT, and I said, that's what it's like to fuck an 80-year-old.
Exactly, and I think that Nancy does treat it with grace. I think
Absolutely.
that she does,
Absolutely.
and I'm grateful for that but you know what? I'll be honest. I'm 81 years old. I go on 5 walks a day. I'm going to be here for a while. I have to keep up my lifestyle. And if I have to make a few jokes about how it's weird for an old lady to want to have sex, then by God, I'd love to buy another house.
Oh, darling, of course. I mean, from your mouth's ears to God's.
Where's everybody living now? What houses does everybody
Straight
have?
to God.
What houses does everybody
I'm
have?
splitting my time between Rancho Palos Verdes and the Pacific Palisades.
That is a wonderful time to split.
I am splitting my time between Santa Barbara, the Palisades, and Malibu.
That's wonderful.
But I am gonna be in Costa Rica for some time filming a documentary.
On purpose?
Oh, hilarious.
You know me, Alzheimer's, accidentally clicking on things and through a series of comic events, falling into an airport and taking a plane to Costa Rica.
That's how you bought a croissant from Uber Eats on
Oh,
set.
that's hilarious. I'm splitting my time between Bath, Oxford, and the Pacific Palisades.
That's wonderful. I love this.
What about you, liar?
I just have 15 homes in the Pacific Palisades.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
wonderful.
Now,
And
are they on the same block? How far away are they from each other?
they're a couple blocks away from each other. I don't like any of my houses too close. I just love the Pacific
So
Palisades.
you have to drive to each one.
You have to drive to each one.
Let's talk Palisades for a second. What's everyone's favorite little coffee shop?
Oh
Well,
my
because
gosh.
I go all the time.
Me too.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
well versed in the area.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes,
And
yeah.
who do you like at the farmer's market and who do you not?
Okay, so they have named the iced matcha latte at the Alfreds in Pacific Palisades after me.
Wow.
They call
have-
it the puppy green because I'm puppy brown.
Right.
The
Right.
puppy green. Well,
I-
the Erewhon, I have issues with a couple
Oh,
of the
the
girls.
I have a
Erewhon.
couple
The
issues with
Erewhon.
some people.
I have a
like
couple
the
problems.
Erewhon. A lot of people are complaining, but I like the Erewhon. It's expensive, but it's good.
I don't like the way that the bag boy jostles my bag around.
No, he's very violent with the bag.
He's violent with the bag, and I feel like he pre-treats it, and then it breaks when I get to the car.
Are
Absolutely.
you talking about
It's
Josh
always a
Melbourne
conspiracy against us.
Is it Josh Melbourne? Is he the one
at the
with
bag
the lip?
boy?
He's the one with the lip.
Yeah, the bad mouth on him, the one
Yeah.
that
Josh
curses.
Melbourne, right?
Yes.
He works at the farmer's market. Josh
must be
Melbourne.
him.
No,
Yeah.
he worked at the
The
Erewhon.
Erewhon.
You're thinking
The
of
Erewhon.
We're
somebody
talking
else.
about Erewhon, puppy.
You're thinking of the hot.
Oh, puppy confused.
God,
No.
your memory is
You're
bad because of
thinking
that
of the hot-
cold.
Yes.
No, it's because I have a sneeze coming on. I get confused when I sneeze.
Well, do away with it, darling. Let's
no,
have
I
it.
sneeze when I'm confused.
I
How
think-
about it? You don't have time to waste. You only have a few sneezes left before you're in the grave. Come on now. Okay, that's one. Did you get that, Antoinette?
Antoinette.
Coming.
Antoinette.
We can't text you. It's a safety issue. We told you
Just
that.
te- okay.
Chewy.
Yeah.
You know what I love
Oh,
to do
there
in
it
the
is.
Pacific
Okay, bye.
Palisades?
What do you do there?
I love to go to Antioch Street, where Antioch crosses Sunset Boulevard.
Love it there.
I
It's
like
so
to go
great.
to the Kitson, then lunch at Prima Cantina.
Yo,
Oh
primo.
my
Then
gosh.
next door, I go to Club Pilates.
Oh, I can't go anymore. That Pilates woman is too hard. She will not
love
relent.
That Kitston is incredible.
No, she's too hard on. She just doesn't relent. She's from Russia and she's mean, and she just keeps on saying, "Good, good. I'm not doing a good
I
job. You
despise.
need to relent."
I hate when younger women tell me good, like I'm
Yeah.
achieving something. Then I go across the street to Obsessed Jewelry.
Oh, the amount of jewelry I've bought of Obsessed.
How often do you do this schedule?
This is my
Wait.
morning routine.
Do you mind if you start from the beginning so I can write it down?
Right. Okay. So
Because
I
I
go
very much mimic you in every way.
once again. Oh right, my British twin. I go to Sunset Boulevard where Antioch Street meets it. I go to the Kitson, then lunch at Prima Cantina.
Hey, if any listeners are listening in, and you do the Lucy Pacific Palisades challenge,
If you
film
do the-
yourself doing it and send it to us.
The Liz Foley Pacific
Send
Palisades.
it to Antoinette. We won't know what to do with
We
it.
Yes,
won't know what
because
to
it's
do
a
with it.
safety issue. We can't look at our phones.
Yes.
I've got to say, I bought a piece of art the other day. It's blowing my mind. Have you guys bought
From
any
the
art?
farmer's market?
I went to the farmer's market.
Oh,
There's
it's lovely.
A man,
Artisan crafts.
There's a man there. He sells sugarcane juice and also has a little art installation.
It's one of those magic eye paintings.
It's one of those magic eye painting. It's an evil eye. It's warding off all the evil in my house. It's a beautiful, beautiful cultural thing.
I don't like those.
I love
Oh,
them.
I love things from another culture.
I don't like
love
secrets.
things from another culture.
I don't like
My
secrets
house
in
is
paintings.
filled with African art, Vietnamese art. I love different culture
Yes,
art.
what other culture art is your house themed? Because
Oh,
that is something that women of a certain age love to do.
I love that.
I
I
have
love that.
Cambodia.
Yes,
Cambodia, I love that.
I am a combination of Kenyan, South African, and Vietnamese art. It works really, really well together.
I have giraffes in every culture.
And I'm doing Japan. But mostly, for me, we've mentioned the toilet on the wall. As you all know, I was boyfriend and girlfriend with the owner of Wacko Soap Plant, which
you were
is
boyfriend and
Boyfriend and
girlfriend.
girlfriend, you were going steady.
we were dating.
You were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Did you guys kiss?
Me
You were
and the
dating
owner.
in 4th grade.
Me and the owner of Wacko Soap Plant, which is one very specific weird store in Los Feliz that has weird stuff on the walls. That's a very strange place with weird patterns. It's very early 80s, late 70s Los Angeles.
Oh, this is yes, mine. Yes.
He decorated my house, so it's a lot of things on the
Decorated.
wall. He
When
decorated
you guys
my
were
house.
boyfriend, girlfriend?
We were boyfriend and girlfriend. We would drink daiquiris and we'd decorate my house.
How long were you boyfriend and girlfriend for?
We were boyfriend and girlfriend for 15 years.
And you lived together?
Well,
And we lived together and he
after your
decorated
first
my
divorce,
house.
you never get married again. Am I right?
Oh, totally.
Who's
And my
been married more than once?
Well, I've been
Oh, let's
married
talk
3
about
or 4
marriages.
times, but I never learned. I love a party.
I
love
legally
parties.
got married to myself in the UK about 5 years ago.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that was a fabulous
Ceremony. Thank you for
ceremony.
inviting
You
us.
are a card.
Thank you so
You're a
much.
card.
Thank you.
I could have done away with the costume changes between the groom and the bride.
Thank you for the feedback I didn't ask for.
I just wanted to let you know, darling, because if you decide to do this again, because you took so much time to change from the suit to the dress
Actually, I
between
do
every
need the
line.
feedback because I am renewing my vows to myself.
You are. So between every line, I would either do half and half where you turn
yes, or
sides.
quick changes or something.
I wouldn't do quick changes. I thought the transitions were very, very sloppy. And I thought it took too long.
Yes.
Especially someone at your age, because we're all the same age, it's a lot for you to bend down and pull on that dress. You can get someone to help you at least.
Yes. Okay.
Lots of feedback.
Sorry, dear, I'm a bitch.
Is that your thing?
It's not my thing.
One day we'll learn your thing.
One day you'll
I
learn
have
my
only
thing.
never been married, but I've had the same life partner, Alfred, the entire time. We are still going steady. We are boyfriend, girlfriend.
You have your same, you have your same
life partner.
life partner,
Alfred is a wonderful man. You guys all know Alfred. Alfred Hucci. He is a famous actor and director.
Hucci.
We also know you're a very dedicated older assistant who you've had around for about 40 years, Veronica.
Veronica is wonderful. Is Veronica around here? Veronica! Veronica! Veronica!
Hey,
No,
babe. I'm right here.
Hi, Veronica. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you, darling? Do you need anything?
Good.
Do you need anything? Oh, you have a little pudding on your lip.
Oh, thank you.
Let me get that up. Do you need anything else, babe?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be back in the back.
Veronica is the best. Every woman needs a Veronica.
And she's your assistant.
She's my assistant. She is my assistant. She is my assistant.
Oh my God! I completely forgot until you said that your assistant is here. I completely forgot my pharmacist is here. Sarah Lortz, my pharmacist. Sarah, come here.
Hey, yeah, I work at the CVS and I really can't be away from the desk for too long. And I was really wondering, because I'm such a fan of yours and I love
No, I
coming
know
here.
you are, darling.
I was just wondering if you
Yes,
could maybe
darling.
call me next time,
Yes,
if you could
darling.
text.
Darling, do you have the Tums?
So you could just buy those. But yeah, I'll go run back and I'll get you some tubs.
Yes, and then come back and then maybe go get the nose strips I can put on my nose.
Yeah, so nasal strips, also non-prescription, so I can. You don't need like a
get the
hookup for
kiddo
this. I can just go
ones.
get. I can
Get
just.
the kiddo ones.
You what?
The ones with the little moons on it.
Puppy, I'm going to say Tums are not going to help your cold.
No, that was a shh, shh, shh.
I said every time you get a cold,
Close
you take
your ears,
Tums.
Sarah. That's a wild card to keep her on her toes.
What did you say? What was the wild card thing? I'm so sorry.
Why'd you close your ear, darling? You're a pharmacist.
Look.
Sarah, go get Tums and the nose strips.
Okay, again, I think you could. Whatever. I'm such a fan. I'll be back. Wow.
Anyways, yes. So,
Sarah was right next to her. I'm sure you couldn't even see her, though.
yeah. Oh, because nearsighted.
Right, because if it's nearsighted, I could see her very well. It's when she walks away. It's the
I'm
problem.
trying my best.
So what was it like to be on this movie for all of you? I mean, being on set, being of a certain age on set, they did a lot of accommodations for us, which was very wonderful. They really made us feel okay.
They really did.
Because it can be grueling, right? It can be very grueling to do something like this.
Yes, people don't know that when we're standing in the movie, we're actually sitting.
That's a big secret. It's a big
Very
secret.
high chairs.
And I'm very glad we were able to work that into the
And
contract.
It was really beautiful. Instead of doing trailers, they let us all rent a beautiful house. We all had our different. I was in an old, beautiful townhouse in the middle of the city. I loved it. I thought it was so wonderful that they let us stay there.
And in Las Vegas, of course. We
Yes,
were
a
shooting
beautiful
on location.
townhouse in Las Vegas. One of my favorite townhouses I've ever been in. I loved it so much. Where did they put you guys?
They
at?
rented me out the Wynn, which was really nice.
That's
That's
wonderful.
That's lovely.
Yes.
It was really nice to have the whole Wynn to myself.
Yes, what about you?
Well, I have a Tuscan villa in my rider, so whenever I go into a movie, they have to build me a realistic sort of Tuscan
I
villa.
loved it. It was a beautiful. They built a mound right looking over the strip to really
Yeah,
simulate
they
a
did.
Tuscan villa.
And I don't ask for much to be in the villa,
Beautiful.
but you have to have some stuff to make it feel like a villa at least. So you need a
Yes.
corner store, post office.
I heard that the Venetian bought that villa after you left, and you lit it on fire so they couldn't have it.
Well, I didn't want another corporate interest taking something
here we
go.
from the common man. No, do you know
Comes-
what the Venetian owns? Do you know who they're funded by? I could not let them have.
The activist
Here
has
comes the
arrived.
activist.
Here
Here
comes
she
the
comes.
activist.
Yes,
Here
I
comes the
spent
activist.
24 hours in jail, but by this point, I'm used to it.
Just as I left my pharmacist, the activist comes.
Do you have a problem?
You know what they
You don't
say.
need a pharmacist to buy
Put a
Tums.
pharmacist and an activist in a room, the room blows up.
Puppy, where'd you stay in Vegas?
Well, I had a room in the Circus because I'm a simple gal. But I made them turn off the roller coaster because it's a power thing.
Okay. And it was nice to be on set. We only shot for a month and a half. It was really, really wonderful.
In
So,
and out, in and out. Nancy really, that's what I love about Nancy is she's a tyrant and she's been working for so long. She knows.
She
A
gets
tyrant
it, Sean.
in white linen pants.
Yes, she gets her coverage fast and she's always rolling 2 cameras, so we always got our coverage together, which I loved.
I love
The intimate scenes, too, she's just so wonderful at because
Yeah.
she's done it before.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Should we talk about our love interests in the
we
movie?
should.
The
Yes.
boys.
The
We
boys.
We love the boys. They really found someone who was exactly the male version of us, I would say.
Let's
I
each
would
go
say.
around.
They really I had sort of a I had oh gosh, what's his name? Colin Firth.
Yeah.
Colin Firth played my love interest. He was a busy career businessman, divorced, had kids, and was too busy to enjoy Las Vegas.
And he's playing a cradle robber because he's about 30 years younger than you, darling.
Well, yes, I'm a bit of a cougar in the movie, but it's
Yeah.
hard to find someone of my age who still can be feasibly a romantic lead. I'll just say it. No knock against the boys, but that's just how it is.
Gorgeous.
My male counterpart is Gregory Tumnus. He is one of the oldest actors still alive. A lot of his scenes, actually, I don't know if you guys know this, they had to AI a lot of his scenes. They kind of filmed what he was there for and used that to recreate some of those scenes. It was great. You know?
Gorgeous.
Right, because he just didn't want to show up.
He did not want to show up. He just would not get out of bed. He was...
My great niece would show me Instagram photos of him hang gliding when we were supposed to be shooting sets.
It's insane with how much life that man has. He needs a lot more. He needs less life at this point.
I know. Take some away. Give some for the rest of us.
Ah.
My romantic
on.
partner, obviously playing the straight version of my gay husband, was Stellan Skarsgård. And he was fantastic. He was wonderful. And he's so funny to be around. We have become pen pals, actually. We're very fond of each other. Very wonderful.
Where does he
since
live?
the top. He lives in Sweden.
Wow.
And so I like to email him letters.
I love that.
Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about
So
email
you
for
take
a second.
picture of the letter and you email it to him?
I love the idea of writing it, but I don't trust the mail to get it there. So I do use email for that, but I write the letters.
I
Yeah.
cannot
Did
figure
you
out
picture?
these emails. I cannot figure out what they mean. I cannot understand how you're going and what is this whole thing? Does a Gmail mean a Hotmail? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I just use it. Sometimes you don't have to get something to use something, darling.
And that's something that comes with age.
Did we do enough I don't get technology things?
Wait,
Sorry. Yeah, what? Yeah, you did.
Did we say I don't get tech and phones and
Yeah,
tech
the big
enough?
the big studio wanted you to do that at least 3 times. I think you've only
Great.
been doing it twice, I think.
All right, I'll mention I miss fax machines. Does that
Good.
help?
and I don't get, and what? Is TikTok a clock?
What's LOL mean? Lots of love?
That's
We did.
one too many. Okay, thank you so
Good.
much.
Back in my day, stories came from your mouth, not from your phone.
Good. You shut
Exactly,
the
and
bed
we're
there
all
a little bit at
I,
the
nostalgic
end.
for
I feel like I pulled something on
You
that
did.
one.
Well, we're always pulling something. Antoinette, write that down.
What do you want me to do with it? Just write it down?
Write down that we said it. Tell the studio we made a joke about pulling something.
Oh my god.
You can write, can't you, darling? Anyway.
You know
I
writing?
got
Are you familiar with a
Have you
pen
heard
and
of a
paper?
pen?
Yes, I've heard of a pen. Yes, I've turned.
Okay, it's not a vibrator, darling. We'll look it up. Oh, I got to feel the sloppy wet kiss of Idris Elba, and it was gorgeous.
Another cradle robbing scene.
I cannot
Absolutely.
believe we got him.
He
I can't
He
believe
was
it.
Boy,
into
did
it.
he rock
He
my world.
he felt into it.
Well, it's because he read the script just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
We have the same agent, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds fun. I'm looking for something to read on
I heard
set."
your agent airdropped it to him.
Yes, technology. Wait, hold on. What's airdrop?
You guys are good. You don't need to do
Okay,
another one.
Okay, thank you. Thank God.
Great. Oh my god, I was gonna say something about dropping my fucking panties or something.
I was gonna
We
have
all
to
know
do
we
some
wear
sort
thongs.
of. Oh, is airdropping when you skydive? Is that with the Gen
Yeah,
Z skydive? Oh, we
airdropping.
haven't said the phrase Gen Z yet, so there we go.
Oh, great.
There we go. Covered it.
Okay, great. I'll just be over here. Just text me, guys. Just text
It's a
me.
safety issue. We won't text. Anyway.
Okay.
Excuse me. So sorry. I'm back with your Tums.
Sarah, yes.
I'm back with your Tums. And I am back with your child-sized nasal strips. They
Thank
didn't
you.
have the moons, but they had the stars.
I don't like her
attitude.
You don't.
No.
What do you think I should do?
Something.
What do you think I should do?
I don't know.
This is what we would do on set for the listeners.
Okay, if you guys are going to pull a prank on me, just do it fast because I have to get back to CBS. Okay, I'm just going to go. Bye.
Go.
Bye, Sarah.
We would do little pranks on set, and we should talk about that.
Let's talk about the pranks on set.
Because it was so fun to like do little behind
When
the scenes.
Idris Elba we made him sit on that whoopee cushion. A very good prank.
Most of our pranks were on Idris Elba and Colin Firth. We called them the babies.
The
babies on
babies.
set.
And our pranks were all like 1950s pranks.
Yeah, 1950s pranks. When we made the wheels fall off of Colin Firth's car.
That was fun.
That was fun, and thank you
That
to the
was
art
fun.
department for that. That was a hard
That
one to
was
pull
really
off.
fun.
And Poppy, when you pantsed Idris Elba, that was fun.
That was very
yes.
fun.
It was so hard to get low and bend my knees like that, but we did it.
It was really funny to watch an 81-year-old woman try to pants someone. Because you forget how low you have to pants someone.
It's really hard.
And how fast you have to grab hold of the pants and pull them down.
Yes, especially post Me Too.
And he was in, he was in tights. For the Cirque du Soleil scene.
The Cirque du Soleil scene.
The Cirque
We
du Soleil scene. Can we talk about the Blue Man Group
Yes,
scene
let's
too?
talk about all of the performative groups we worked with, because as part of the plot, we get confused for performance art, and so we get kind of shipped into the wild world of Vegas nightlife and Vegas performances.
We
Yes.
do actually a wild departure for Nancy in my
Yeah,
Nancy
really
Meyers
weird.
movies. I'm just putting that together now.
So, yes, it was really a big love story, but the primary thing that's moving the plot forward was that we got confused for an avant-garde performance band and now are asked to perform
because
in
our
Vegas.
old lady hats were so wacky that they assumed we must be in Cirque du Soleil.
And Liz's face skin is so tight, the Blue Man Group used her as a drum.
Oh, stop it. Come on now. You could actually.
You could. Oh,
come on.
We like that.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Well, it
Bubby.
looks like the old women have gotten tired all of a sudden, which happens at your age.
It's just, you
It
hit a
does
point
happen.
around 40 minutes where you just stopped caring or talking.
Yeah, just stop. Well, I loved everyone who worked on Cirque du Soleil. I speak 4 different languages, and a lot of them were foreign, so I got some new ideas for how to decorate my house.
What's the new ways?
French,
Lovely.
German,
Love that. Love that.
and Chinese.
Okay, 2 of those 3 sounded like the right direction.
What about
Well,
that?
what's the wrong direction?
I guess we'll
I don't
never
know. You find out.
We'll
guess
find
we'll-
out when the decor goes up in my bathroom.
We'll find out when we see what is sold and not sold at your estate sale, darling.
Oh, come on. Well, you'll never see my estate sale because I'm going to yours first.
And you'll never see your estate sale either because you can't see.
Oh.
Oh, we brought it back to that. Well, I'm very excited for this movie to come out. Go see Women of a Certain Age
Please.
October 13th in, what do you fucking call
Lemleys.
it? Theaters everywhere?
Movie theaters?
Lemleys.
I don't know what they call it anymore.
We just want this to be a testament to you can be 80 and you can still act. You can be 80 and you can still laugh. You can be 80 and you can still rock the house.
And that you can be a different... That the hero of a rom-com could be a woman of any age.
That's right.
And you're a woman of a certain age, and you're a woman of a certain age, and
and
you're a woman of a certain age, and you're a woman of a certain age, and you're a woman of a certain age, and you're a woman of a certain age, and I'm a woman of a certain age, and so is the Blue Man Group.
And my thing is I like peanuts.
What?
That's your thing.
This has been Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists answering the question, now that's why they call it showbiz. We'll see you next time. Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Colhane, Angela Giratana, and Patrick McDonald. Music is by Gabriel Ponton. The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect the opinions of anyone who works on it, not even the performers, because this is an improvised podcast and we're stupid. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. That's all for now. Good night, Hollywood!
This episode's Patreon name drops were Josh Melbourne and Sarah Lutz. Do you want your name dropped in an industry conversation? Get on Patreon and learn more.